परम पूज्य सोना रिम्पोचे की दूरदर्शी सोच और प्रयासों से परम पावन दलाई लामा के आशीर्वाद से भारत के टेलीविजन इतिहास में पहली बार शुरू हुआ है एक टेलीविजन कार्यक्रम जो समर्पित है भगवान बुद्ध के दर्शन, ज्ञान और बौद्ध परंपराओं को। कार्यक्रम में दुनिया के तमाम बड़े बौद्ध धर्मगुरु, बौद्ध ज्योतिष शास्त्री रोज आप तक पहुंचा रहे हैं अमूल्य जानकारियां। सबसे पहले देखिए बौद्ध धर्म से जुड़ी महत्वपूर्ण जानकारियां।
पिछले एपिसोड से आप देख रहे हैं कि शांति के क्षेत्र में नोबेल पुरस्कार से सम्मानित 3 महिला शख्सियत परम पावन दलाई लामा से कई महत्वपूर्ण विषयों पर चर्चा करने धर्मशाला पधारी हैं। परम पावन दलाई लामा को भी शांति के क्षेत्र में दुनिया के सबसे बड़े पुरस्कार नोबेल पुरस्कार से नवाजा जा चुका है। तो आइए देखते हैं विश्व शांति के इन महान दूतों के बीच हुए वार्तालाप को।
When you think about educating the children of the world for the 21st century, what is the most important lesson we can learn from the Tibetan people and the Tibetan traditions?
I think that I am not that simple. Not that simple. Many occasions I express, I think we need some highly educated and experienced sort of educationist, and as well as some, I think, psychologist, some social worker, some concerned people and who have real sort of wisdom and experience and sort of study, research work. What is the best way, you see, to teach in school from kindergarten up to university about moral ethics or compassion, these things, not as a subject of religion, but simply in order to be happy human being individually, happy family, happy community. I think something we are lacking. General sort of modern education subject, simply, you see, how to make oneself rich. I think not pay much attention about how to develop inner peace. So that, I think, part responsibility is put on religious group, religious institution. So now the religious institution also, you see, their influence decline. So then nobody take care about spiritual side, moral ethics side. But I don't think, you see, we can say, oh, we have some sort of experience to tell world, because of world younger generation. No. That's unrealistic.
I think in the last century we have put a lot of focus in educating just the mind, you know, the logic and the rationale. And it's been an age of technology.
That's right.
And we have developed weapons that can destroy the world.
That's right.
While technology is marvellous, I mean, I love the internet.
Yes, that's right.
But we have developed really things that are horrible and destructive, and the vast amount of our best brains and our money goes into militarism and war and nuclear weapons, which are no use to us.
That's right.
So I think that because we've divorced the head from the heart, that we haven't made wise decisions. So we need to kind of try to find the balance. I think if we educate the heart, because people are heart people, our emotions are very important and part of us, our feelings. But if we can kind of start looking at our education systems where we try to educate the heart, and how young people, when they come into school, instead of rushing to teach them the 3 R's, writing, arithmetic and reading. I mean, could we not look at giving our little children right from the beginning a time in which they learn to deal with their inner emotions of fear and insecurity, and where they learn how to make friends, and then that the more serious thing can come as well. But to me, we need to somehow be able to combine the head and the heart, so that our best intelligence, but we bring the heart and wise decisions to it. So we really need to revisit the whole educational system, and starting Also in the home, of course, where all education starts, but through the educational system itself. And I think then that would help us bring about a more humane society and humane world.
कैसे दूर हो आपके जीवन की मुश्किलें, कैसे सवरे आपका करियर, कैसे सफल हो आपका हर काम, क्या कहते हैं आपकी किस्मत के सितारे, जानिए सटीक होने वाली बौद्ध भविष्यवाणियां।
Namaste, Tasha Dilek. 22nd December, Wednesday, 16th day of the 11th lunar month. The elemental combination is water-wind, inauspicious combination and brings disharmony and separates friends and relatives. Therefore, do not believe in any rumor and deal well with your friends and relatives in order to avoid breakups. But from 1 p.m., the elemental combination changes to water and water. This is good combination and it has energy that strengthens and extends one's life. Kharginamgo is also there, so refrain from doing work related to construction and moving of houses. Bumtong or empty base is at north direction, so avoid all important activities, especially funeral procession while facing north. Overall, from 1 p.m. the day is favorable for people belong to pig and mouse animal sign, but unfavorable for people belong to horse and snake animal sign. (23rd December, Thursday, 17th day of the 11th lunar month). The elemental combination will remain inauspicious in the morning, but from 12:36 p.m. the elemental combination changes to wind and wind, the combination of perfection. The day has sublime energy to quickly accomplish one's wishes. Traveling, reuniting people, and all quick and temporal activities will be successful. Particularly on this day, you are suggested to refrain from doing marriage and engagement because the day is Phagme Namgo. Bumtong or empty ways is at north direction, so avoid all important activities, especially funeral procession while facing north. BT starts from 7 p.m. so avoid thoracic therapies like moxibustion, bloodletting and golden needle therapies. The day is favorable for religious practitioners and people belong to tiger and rabbit animal sign, but unfavorable for people belong to ox, dragon, sheep and dog animal sign. (24th December, Friday, 18th day of the 11th lunar month). The elemental combination is earth-wind. This combination has unfavorable energy to reduce the growth of wealth and property, indication of theft, robbery, plundering are there. Disappointment and regret may come if you initiate any productive activities. BT stops at 5:48 a.m. The day of Thurginamgo, particularly inauspicious for funerals. Bumtong or empty ways is at north direction, so avoid all important activities, especially funeral procession while facing north. Overall, the day is not good, especially for people belong to bird, monkey and sheep animal sign. The day is also not favorable for raising prayer or lungta flags. Thank you and see you tomorrow at same time.
क्या है भगवान बुद्ध का दर्शन, बौद्ध धर्म का गूढ़ ज्ञान, कैसे मिले दुख से मुक्ति, कैसे पाए बुद्धत्व, क्या है धम्मम, क्या है संघम। ये कार्यक्रम आपको हर रोज दे रहा है ऐसे तमाम सवालों के जवाब। आज बौद्ध धर्म के प्रकांड विद्वान परम पावन दलाई लामा से जानिए भगवान बुद्ध का दर्शन और बौद्ध धर्म का सही ज्ञान।
As I mentioned earlier, now calm mind is key factor. I think two things. One, for less disturbance at mental level or even physical level, calm mind is, as I briefly mentioned before, very important. And then another thing, since human being's brain, we have tremendous sort of potential to increase knowledge. Human intelligence is something very remarkable. So in order to function our intelligence properly, calm mind, very important. If mind disturbed, the mind with some sort of disturbance there, then through that, because on that level, you cannot investigate thoroughly. Any investigation must carry very much objective way. So, in order to carry objectively investigation, your mind must be very calm, neutral. So, mind dominated by hatred, anger, or too much attachment, or too much pride like that, then your mind already disturbed. Then with that level, you can't see the reality. One my friend, one American scientist, about the human mental problem. I met one occasion in Stockholm, in Sweden, I think few years ago. When I met him, he's already his age 80, beyond 80, very old, very experienced. He told me, when we develop anger, then the object which you feel angry, that object appears very negative. But actually, he found 90% of that negativeness is actually mental projection, not reality. So this is exactly the Nagarjuna text or Buddhist text is exactly mentioned that. So like that, too much attachment, the object which we develop attachment looks very nice, positive. Again, in reality, much portion of the positiveness is mental projection, like that. So through that way, you can't see the reality. Without seeing the reality, without knowing the reality, then your approach, whether you see the thing which we do not want, try to get rid of, or something positive which we want, our method should be realistic method. In order to carry realistic method, we must have fuller knowledge about the reality. So in order to know the reality, investigation is the only method to know the reality. So when the method to know the reality, that's investigation, when that method carry, our mind must be calm, neutral. So two fields. One, more sort of kasuta, more happy mind, very need the happy mindness, because happy mind's basis is calm mind. And then I think satisfaction or happiness, joyfulness, there are also two levels. Basically, among emotion, there are two kinds of emotion. One emotion, spontaneous. Most cases, due to these as the wrong emotion, destructive emotion. Some sort of, now for example, someone you don't like, so you take some sort of action to beat that person, to defeat that. So for the moment you feel some satisfaction. But that satisfaction, that kind of satisfaction is more or less spontaneous. And the anger also spontaneous. Then loving kindness, sense of concern of well-being of other, these not spontaneously come, but through reasoning, through training, you can develop. So immense sort of strong emotion, which is a sense of concern of others' well-being. You can develop that. These emotions come through training. So these emotions are based on valid reason. Other emotion, not based on valid reason, but spontaneous. So generally we can say those emotions which based on reasons is positive. Those emotions which come spontaneous without sort of profound sort of basis, these are usually destructive. If you further investigate on the basis of your own experience, you will get better knowledge like that. So therefore, now in order to develop positive emotion, human intelligence is very crucial factor because it needs reasoning. Other animals cannot do that. Only human being can do. So spontaneous sort of emotion, other animal also there. Anger, hatred, sexual desire, with that some kind of love. These are other animals also have the same experience. But we have this special brain, intelligence, the brain of God. Intelligent brain there. So, you see, I think only human being can develop these positive emotion which based on valid reason, like that.